Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kyla and today I'm going to be doing a speed build in The Sims 4. I'm building a stacked house or a loft house in a modern/contemporary style. This house was inspired by some pictures that I saw on Facebook and it is definitely a family home. It has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom with a decent sized living room, dining room, and kitchen. It even has a small garden area that can be easily expanded, which I will be building later. I'm starting off by making a general layout and picking out the custom content pieces and packs that I will be using. I didn't want this house to be too unreasonably large since I figured a lot of blank space would just be wasted. So I'm laying down the stairs and adjusting the house size accordingly. Since this house is based on some pictures, I knew the vague layout and size of the house and what was in each of the spaces. I wanted this build to include a lot of that general feel and layout, so that's why I'm spacing everything out first and laying down the rooms too. I wanted to try and see if this house could be a tiny home with 100 tiles because I knew that I would be deleting a lot of the tiles from the 2nd and 3rd floor to create a loft feeling. But there were still too many tiles to make it a tiny home. I'm using the Moschino Stuff Pack windows because I wanted it to feel like a loft. I know this is called a stacked house, but because of the tall ceilings, this house also felt like a loft. This is the garden section that I was talking about. Right now, it's 2 tiles large and it gets a lot of natural light from these glass tiles from Island Living, but it can be easily expanded to be larger if your sim is a gardener. I'm adding in these windows from the Bathroom Custom Content Pack by Felix and Harry. I wanted to use these windows because they make the space feel really large and open and like it's never ending. The bifold door here is also from the Bathroom Pack. I did use a few custom content packs in this build, so if you want to check these items out, they will be linked in the description box below. Speaking of things in the description box, the link to the tray files of this house is also there. After putting down all the doors and most of the windows, I'm now working on the kitchen. I decided to use the vault counters, cabinets, and islands because it gave off the industrial loft feeling that I was going for. I'm tucking a dining table from the base game against the island. This table seats 8 Sims, but I put down 4 chairs from the Kishen Custom Content Pack. I added some seating to the island just for some extra seat space and making sure that the seats all matched. Now that I'm finished with the main components of the kitchen, I'm going to be decorating the kitchen and adding some clutter items to make it feel more lived in. Also, I'm adding in a couple of closets to act as storage and creating a mock pantry area with some open shelving and the dine-out pantry shelf. I used a lot of move objects during this build because a lot of the clutter items don't fit on shelves. Make sure to turn on the move objects cheat before placing down the house. I'm tucking in some lights behind the cabinets because the overhead lights will be coming from the third floor, so I wanted there to be some lighting on the first floor in the kitchen area still. I decided to go with the pendant lights from the kitchen pack to hang from the third floor. Here I'm trying to find a bookshelf that is 3 tiles wide, so I can cover this whole wall with a bookshelf. But it turns out that besides the Realm of Magic bookshelf, there isn't one. So I opted for a 2-wide bookshelf and removed the ladder instead. I also end up using a lot of wall lights to light up the rooms that don't have ceilings. In the living room, I use a lot of custom content. The couch, armchair, and TV stand are from Illogical Sims' Contemporary Living Pack, and the plants are from both bathroom and kitchen. I'm using a lot of plants to decorate the house because I wanted it to balance out the coldness that can be related to an industrial loft. As I mentioned earlier, this house only has one washroom, which I'm working on now. It has a shower tub combo, a toilet, and a sink. It has all the essentials and clutter items to make it look like a real bathroom. These curtains are from the bathroom pack and I love the sheerness of them. So I'm using them in the bedrooms and I'm hanging them from the top floor to cover all of the windows. So I'm sizing them up to look like they drape down the whole length of the wall. Up in the second bedroom, I'm trying to find a desk that could look like it was built into the house and made specifically for this nook. I ended up with the same table that I used in the dining room, but just in a different swatch. After adding all the shelves and matching the colors, I'm adding in some clutter and decoration items to liven up the room. I don't think the mirror works there above the desk, but I thought that it was a great piece of decoration because I would definitely put a mirror there if this was my room. I'm making sure that the side tables match the desk just because I want this room to feel as cohesive as possible. I know that I decorated this room more like a teen or a young adult room, but it could be easily made into a toddler's room too. I'm now laying down some swatches of wallpaper that I want to use. This was a little difficult because I wanted it all to feel cohesive, and I want it to make sense with the industrial loft vibe from the outside. It took some time, but in the end, I like the wallpaper that I chose for both inside and outside. Here is when I finally realized that the curtains reach all the way down to the first floor. So I'm just going to replace it with a smaller size, and that ends up working perfectly for the wall length. I'm now working on the front of the house and making it look less new by adding the vines and plants on the outside of the house. Most of the walls in this room is white, but I really want this nook to look built in. so I'm trying to find a brown color that comes as close as possible to the shelves and the desk. I think this room is a lot better than the room downstairs, but the other room does have the washroom, so I guess that's a win too. I'm now working on a gallery wall. I wanted to go all the way up the walls above the stairs and have sort of the same color palette in terms of their frames. So their frames are mostly brown with a couple black frames in there. This gallery wall is definitely what makes the house the most expensive. My favorite feature of this house is the gallery wall because I had a lot of fun putting it together and it ended up looking so good. Let me know down in the comments section below what your favorite part of the house is. To wrap everything up, here are some screenshots of the main parts of the house. I hope you all enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.